Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 23, and today I am going to be playing and racing and also talking to you guys about my predictions for the Qatar GP. Ladies and gentlemen, let's crack on with the video. So here we are, starting on the second row. We're going to be using Enea Bastianini for today's video. You probably predicted that already from the thumbnail of today's video. Now, I've got a race in Losail to come up very soon, as a matter of fact, within my career mode, so I'll have to be preparing nicely for this one. Oh my goodness, the AI is really slow going into turn one. That's not how I remember them being in my career mode, as Pecco Bagnaia has just gone down. I can't say I was expecting Pecco to go down, because I'll tell you one thing, I'm not expecting Pecco to crash in this Qatar GP coming up pretty much this weekend. I think at the point I'll be loading this video, it'll be Friday, so today's test will go underway. So I have actually got no knowledge about what's going to happen this weekend. It's simply just a sense of predictions from my gut feeling this week. So guys and girls, I guess now, since we've got a half a second advantage, I was actually expecting to see some more action amongst the riders here, so I guess let's crack on with the conversation about the Qatar GP predictions. And of course, guys, if you do enjoy this content, don't forget to let me know, and also hit subscribe as well. So the Aces and I have a MotoGP Fantasy League, and if you want to be part of this, then I suggest you hurry over to the Discord server, head over to the MotoGP Fantasy League selection point, and from there, I guess it's a channel is what I'm meant to say, go to the channel, and then you'll see MotoGP Fantasy League, and from there you can follow the link that Sergio23 has posted. So from there, you can then join and make your own team. It's actually officially on MotoGP.com, so it's very safe, and it's under the Dorna umbrella. So, as you can see on screen, there's a certain rider on screen right now. The number 23, Enea Bastianini. They call him the Beast. We know how good he is. We know how good he is in my career mode videos. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, for that reason, a winner from 2 years ago in this Losail International Circuit, I'm thinking Enea Bastianini as one of my gold riders for the Fantasy League. I've then decided to go for the second most recent Losail International Circuit winner here in Qatar, Fabio Di Giannantonio. I don't think it matters, it is in a new team now. Same bike, or at least GP23s now. And of course, they are raring to go. Love Fabio Di Giannantonio, love the VR46 squad. I think they'll do very well here in the circuit of Qatar. Now, for the silver riders, of course, that's a little bit different, because of course the riders there are not going to be gaining as much points as they are in the Fantasy League option. So for those considering budget was tough, I've gone for Maverick Vinales and Luca Marini, the Aprilia man and the Repsol Honda man. I think I'll make a decent effort at the weekend to get me some good points, but not light the world on fire, if you know what I'm saying. So those are my two. Constructor is Aprilia, and the team is the Pertamina VR46 Ducati team. Now, let's talk predictions. That's my Fantasy League, that's all set up. Let me know what your Fantasy League is in the comment section down below, and make sure you joined so we can all be in the same cup or championship or league, whatever the hell it's called. But let's talk actual predictions. My main gold rider, as I mentioned already, is the man on screen. It just feels right to me. Last season, injured for 90% of it, came back in a bang in Sepang and won. I just think it's right. I just think it seems right for Enea Bastianini to jump onto the GP24. He's already shown potential. We've seen how good he was in the winter test. Here in Qatar, he was setting a 151, which was pretty much almost the best lap we've seen, only bettered by Pecco Bagnaia. I think this is the year for Enea Bastianini. I've got this gut feeling. I've not watched anything to do with today, of course, so I don't know what point you're watching this video. Maybe there isn't actually any action at this point, because Qatar is a later date. But, to be honest, I have a big, strong feeling towards Enea Bastianini. Fast on the Ducati, as always. Looks to be getting his groove back. Injury, no more. A fully healthy, compos mentis, serious Enea Bastianini has got to be considered for a victory this weekend. Even for the championship this season. Just seems right for Enea Bastianini. All that talk about him being removed by Jorge Martin last season, that wouldn't have sat well with the Beast. I think he's on for a charge this season. So for that reason, my choice for today's video, my choice for the thumbnail, my prediction is Enea Bastianini will win in Qatar. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think, but I'm feeling strong about Enea Bastianini. There's a couple of other suggestions I want to make. You have to go for Pecco. Pecco is guaranteed to be in there, top 3, top 5 at the very least. He's going to be there. He absolutely is. You may even find that Pecco Bagnaia at the end of this weekend will be either leading the championship or be very close to. The only difference being, I think Enea Bastianini will either win the sprint or the main race. I have a feeling he'll win one of them. I don't think he'll finish both. And you know what? Now I've thought about it, Pecco possibly could be doing something, but I have a feeling that Bastianini's just going to run away with it in the race. For the sprint, I think that's going to be a different situation. I think that could possibly be Digia. Hard to predict, and I think these predictions get even harder every single year, with the riders getting better, stronger, faster motorcycles, different types of aero, different track layouts and surfaces. Anything could happen. But I'm feeling Bastianini for the win, for the 25 points, Fabio Di Giannantonio for the 12. The two previous winners recently will probably step on the top steps of each of the podiums this weekend. I do feel that Pecco will be second or third in both of them at least. Double podium straight off the bat for Pecco. I can't see it going any other way. You never know. MotoGP is full of surprise, and the last time I predicted something was Alex Rins to win the World Championship in 2021 should I say, and I think he crashed like 10 times that season, so I'm on record for making pretty bad predictions, so don't have a go at me if I'm completely wrong. I am quite used to it. Now I know that there's probably quite a lot of fans and a lot of fanatics about MotoGP who are going to be a little bit disappointed I've not mentioned a name yet, and I'm still not going to mention that name for a victory or for a podium, but I guarantee it, somebody wants to know, what do I think about Marc Marquez in Qatar? And I'll tell you this, Qatar has never been a stomping ground for Marc Marquez. Yes, he has been successful here many times before, but new bike, new challenge, Qatar track he doesn't really like that much. I don't see him doing anything special this weekend. God forbid, I'd like to be wrong. I have no problem being wrong, and if Marquez comes in and dominates Qatar, then I will eat my hat. A metaphorical one, of course, but I just don't see it happening. I think there's a lot of people pinning Marc Marquez as the best rider in MotoGP. Now he's got the best bike. I just don't see it happening. In my impression, in my prediction, my feelings are that we're going to realise how damn good the likes of the Pecco Bagnaias, the Jorge Martins, the Marco Bezzecchis, Enea Bastianini we're looking at screen right now, are really good on board the Bologna Bullets. I think Marquez will have a good season, but I don't foresee anything special happening here in Qatar. Probably difficult to say to hear if as a Marquez fan, but if you are, I think it's a bitter pill to swallow to know that, or to at least hear that he might not have the best of weekends this weekend, but I just foresee it happening. I don't think it's the same Marquez that we've known and loved for many, many years. I think this is a different style of Marquez who's going to try and not be as aggressive all the time, not be as gung-ho as he usually is. It's going to be a thinking, a more methodical approach to Marquez. You know what, I could be absolutely wrong, but this is just what I feel is the right thing for him to do in his career now. Go down the more wise owl route rather than just the gung-ho, because he's not a young man anymore. Like me, I'm getting on. I was born the year after him. He's 30 now. I'm approaching 30 this year. The pair of us are having a different chance to look at things in a different way. We've seen it with Valentino, we've seen it with Pedrosa, we've seen it with Lorenzo, we've seen it with Stoner. When you get older, things change. But I'm not going to talk all the way through this about Marc Marquez. So moving across, we've got to discuss a few other names in there as well. I think it's more important to talk about the surprises rather than just the run-of-the-mill. I want to discuss about the other podium position as well, because I've talked to Enea Bastianini, I've talked Digia for a possibly a sprint victory, I've even mentioned Pecco Bagnaia for a possible podium on either side and possibly the championship by the end of Qatar GP, but there's also another name on the list which I heard people say, I've read the comments, I looked at the Qatar test, but I don't have a feeling that they're going to do that well. Although I put Maverick Vinales in my rider lineup for my silver team, which I think will have a good weekend, I don't foresee Aleix Espargaro and the Aprilias having a good enough weekend to say podium pace, let's say, for example. I just can't foresee it. It's one of those things that I have a feeling, you know, it's like a good feeling. Whenever I think of Qatar, I think of the Ducatis. I think of Stoner winning on the Ducati. I think of Pecco Bagnaia. I think of Enea Bassini, Fabio Di Giannantonio. Fast, super strength, speed riders like Jorge Martin as well. I can't think of Aprilia. If I go far back, I can think Yamaha with Rossi and Lorenzo, Maverick Vinales, Fabio Quartararo, but I can't foresee an Aprilia finishing on the podium this weekend. And to be honest, I don't believe I ever have a seat. I can't say it, but I don't believe I've ever actually seen Aprilia on the podium here in Qatar. I might be completely wrong with that, but top of my head, right now, doing this video in the early hours of the morning, I actually don't remember Aleix Espargaro or Maverick on board the Aprilia finishing on the podium here in Qatar. If that's going to prove me wrong this weekend, then so be it. I'll happily see the pair of them onto the podium again. I know it doesn't just include the factory team. Raul Fernandez had a good test. Miguel Oliveira's looking somewhat like his old self. Still getting there towards he was at the start of last season. But it's hard to just count out the Aprilias, but I just don't foresee them happening this weekend. Does anyone else have that feeling like that, or is it just me? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now, a couple of favourites of mine, the likes of Brad Binders, Marco Bezzecchi, Jack Miller, Fabio Quartararo. There's a lot of riders I like, but I don't see them having the best of weekends, if you know what I mean. I really want Marco Bezzecchi, who's currently second in this race, to have a great weekend. I love Marco, he's probably my favourite rider on the grid right now, but I just don't see it happening. He doesn't really have the best of Qatars in the past, but hopefully he can turn it round. Regarding the KTM duo of Jack and Brad, it's not really a KTM track. You don't really see the best of the KTMs. It's very much like the Hondas. The Hondas and the KTMs just don't really have the best of showings when they come to the Losail International Circuit. Again, I'd love to see that change. I'm not a fan of constant habits. I like things to change up. We get some more rides on the podium. We get some more battles for the victory. I'd love to see all of the riders included in there. Now, there's a few things I want to mention before I come to the conclusion of this, because I've actually only got one more lap to do. So I'll have to kind of hurry it up, but I don't want this video just to be me rambling. I want us to offer some opportunities to discuss things in the comments section down below. So I'm going to finish with quite a big statement. So far, I think when I've said this, people think I'm absolutely crazy. But as I say, I'm a gut feeling kind of guy. When I get that feeling and I say, you know what, I think this is going to happen, I have a feeling that it could, then I've got to say it. But I hate the fact that my prediction revolves around Alex Rins again. My prediction is, for this season, not just Qatar, that Alex Rins will finish higher than his teammate Fabio Quartararo. I know what you're thinking. Are you mad? Fabio, 2021 world champion? How will he not finish higher than Alex Rins? I read the news. I've seen the stuff that's been posted. Some of it out of context, absolutely. But it just seems that, from the outside looking in, Fabio Quartararo is probably coming to his end of his tenure with the Iwata factory. I don't see him staying in Yamaha for much longer. I think if it doesn't start out well this season, it's going to crumble. I don't think he's going to be pushing above and beyond the limits to get the best of the Yamaha if he's already clocking out. Now, of course, I don't know Fabio personally, I don't know his situation with Yamaha, but it definitely feels on the outside that Yamaha has still yet to provide him with the support, the tools, the bike that he needs to be successful. And I think once you've passed that stage of caring about the brand, caring about the motorcycle that's going to get you somewhere or not, I think that's when you start to drop your performance. And for that reason, I feel that Alex Rins may adopt to this Yamaha like it was his Suzuki and just charge. I hope that's the case. No disrespect to Fabio, but I would really like to see Alex Rins back at the top of MotoGP, or at least close enough to. I think he's an incredible talent. and without so many injuries, he would probably have a much better resume than he has already. Look at how he was at the end of the season when Suzuki decided to leave. He was on fire. I'm not sure if it's going to be the right prediction, but it's just something I've got a feeling about. Let me know if you have any crazy thoughts like me. Let me know if you want to discuss any of your predictions, and we can chat in the comment section down below. I hope I've not offended anyone by having ridiculous predictions, but that's just the way I feel, and I'm completely transparent and honest with you guys as the fans. So yeah, that's pretty much my predictions. I think there's still loads more to discuss, so we'll discuss it in the Ace Academy server or in the chat down below. Ooh, Digi Antonio, fastest man on the track. Maybe something in the water for Qatar for both of those two this weekend. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I certainly hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.